It's time for story time. 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 Good morning, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? How are you? That's great to hear. Are you ready for today's story? Awesome. Here we go. It's called The Happiest Tree, a yoga story. Yoga? What's yoga? Do you know what yoga is? You're not sure? Or you do? Let's find out. All right. I can bend it. So this is a paperback book. Here is the front cover. Here is the back cover. And there is the spine. All right. And you can read the title again, maybe. Maybe. There it is. The Happiest Tree. It's by Uma Krishnaswami, illustrated by Ruth Jeyaveeran. Jeyaveeran? Sorry, Miss Ruth, if I messed up your name. I didn't try to. Ooh, did you check her out? She's got leaves in her hair, and it looks like she's a tree. They look like trees too. That's pretty cool. Here is the title page. Can you read the title with me, please? The Happiest Tree, a yoga story. The dedication page. It's for Sally Davies and for my family. And there's some words over here that they're helping us a little bit. Let me turn this so you can see. This doesn't happen often, but they're explaining. It says though, sounds like though, means two. Ache means one. Goop choop is silent, dumbstruck. Mutti, crumbly snack usually made with flour, salt, spices, and butter or oil. Na means no. Rani, queen, also used as a term of endearment. Yoga, ancient Indian system of meditation and exercise. We learned a lot. All right, here we go. Mina was excited about the play her class was writing, a new and improved version of Red Riding Hood. She laughed out loud when they decided that Grandma would chase the wolf. She liked figuring out how the story would end for the woodcutter, and she loved painting the sets until she spilled the paint. It's okay, said Mina's teacher, Mrs. Jackson, but Mina felt terrible. When the class chose parts, Mina pretended she wasn't interested. Mina, everyone gets to play a part, said Mrs. Jackson. Mina shook her head. All she could say was, I can't. I'm too clumsy. Mrs. Jackson would not take no for an answer. Of course you can, she said. You can be a tree. We need lots of trees in the forest. Soon it was time for the first rehearsal. Walking onto the stage, Mina hoped she wouldn't stumble. She hoped she wouldn't trip. But then, she stumbled. She tripped. She almost fell. Mina, groaned the other trees. Mina wished she could fall right through the stage and become a disappearing tree. Oh, poor Mina. At dinner that night, Mina drooped. I'm the worst tree in the world, she said. Why? Asked Mom. What happened? Mina told her parents about the rehearsal and how she had tripped and stumbled. It's all right, Mina Rani, said Mom. It's just that your arms and legs are growing really fast. That can make you feel clumsy sometimes. You don't have to be perfect, Dad added. Just try your best. I'm perfectly clumsy, Mina said sadly. The next day, Mina and her mother went to the Indian grocery store to buy rice and flour and spices. There was so much to see. Mina whirled around looking. Careful, cautioned Mom. I'm being careful, said Mina. She leaned forward to look at the little brass bell. A bag of rice toppled over. It's all right, said Mrs. Vohra, the owner of the store. Let her look. She gave Mina a piece of matai to munch on. The spicy flavors of the crumbly snack danced in Mina's mouth. Thank you, Auntie, said Mina. Mrs. Vora was everyone's auntie. Oh, there they are at the grocery store. I love going there. Suddenly, Mina saw something that made her fall gup-chup, silent in astonishment. Through a window in the back of the store in the room beyond, she saw feet. They rose up into the air. They stayed very still. Then slowly they went back down. That's one of our yoga classes, said Auntie. Would you like to join my children's class? I'm too clumsy, said Mina. Clumsy schmumsy, said Auntie. Just try it and see, nah? Mina watched the window. Now hands rose up in the air. Mina raised her own arms. She joined her palms over her head. Oh my, Auntie said. You're doing better already. So Mina agreed to sign up for the yoga class. The pages are sticking together. Let go. Yoga class was not easy. But Mina tried her best. She breathed slowly and deeply. She stretched like a rubber band. Let's do the cat pose, said Auntie. Breathe in, arch up, breathe out, down. Breathe in. Mina breathed in and out and arched her back up and down, but then she lost her balance. Her foot shot out and she nearly hit the yoga cat behind her. Now the frog pose, said Auntie. Down on your knees, sit back on your feet, knees wide open, bend your body forward. Mina bent her body low, but when she tried to put her hands on the floor to the rest on her lily pad, she fell over. This is a brand new book. That's why it's hard to turn the pages. We'll have to reread it. Mina stretched and breathed her way through yoga class. Auntie told her what she did correctly and helped her with the difficult parts. Soon, Mina could breathe deeply and make herself still. Her feet didn't shoot out so much. She didn't topple over as often. Very nice, Mina, said Auntie. Mina felt golden warm inside. She's getting some wonderful support from Auntie. During rehearsal for Red Riding Hood, Mina tried to be still and quiet, but her feet had trouble staying rooted. She kept looking around. She laughed at all the funny parts. She wanted to say the lines when her classmates forgot them. Mina, stay still, said one of the other trees. Only your branches are supposed to move, said another. Shh, said the third. Mina tried her best, but it was hard keeping her arms and legs from moving around. In yoga class, though, Mina's arms and legs learned to work in smooth, slow movements. She stretched out flat on her stomach and kept her feet together. Then she propped herself up on her arms and raised her head, turning left, then right, in the cobra pose. One day, Auntie announced, we're going to try the tree pose. Oh no, cried Mina. I'm a terrible tree. Auntie looked puzzled. So Mina explained about the class play. I understand, Auntie said, but a yoga tree is different. Just take a deep breath. hold it for 2 seconds. Ek, do, and let it go. Mina began to relax. She rooted her feet and raised her arms. She breathed and breathed. She calmed down. Her worries went away. She's doing it. Do you see her doing it? After a few weeks, Mina found it easy to breathe slowly and deeply in yoga class. One day, when all the children were sitting in the lotus pose, a thought lit up in Mina's mind. I can change my body by how I feel inside, she realized. If I am quiet inside, my body will be still. That's what yoga is really about. Mina hugged her thought to herself. It filled her with gladness. She imagined herself standing tall and still, growing roots in Red Riding Hood's forest. On the night of the performance of the new and improved version of Red Riding Hood, Mom and Dad drove Mina to school. Mina and her classmates put on their costumes. Mina's sweatshirt and tights were stretchy and soft, but her tree branches tickled and her roots scratched. Don't worry, Mina Rani, said Mom. You'll be fine. We know you'll be a great tree, said Dad. On stage? Everyone, Miss Jackson announced. It's time to start the play. That was when it happened. As Mina walked onto the stage, one of her branches snagged Red Riding Hood's cloak. Then Mina's right foot stepped on the roots of her left foot. Oh no, she tripped. She almost fell down. Mina, whispered the other trees. Mina, leave your broken root behind, said Mrs. Jackson. Just do the best you can. Mina kicked her way out of the pile of roots. She looked around for a place to hide. How could she be a tree without her roots? Oh no, what's Mina going to do? What would you do? Mina, do you want to hear the rest? I do. Through the curtain, Mina saw the audience gathering. She found Mom and Dad. She spotted someone else too. Auntie had come to see Mina be a tree. Mina knew she couldn't hide, so she started her yoga breathing. In and out. In, out. She got so quiet, she could feel her heart beating. Then she stood up, straight in her best tall tree way, raised her arms high, and took her place on stage. Never mind those silly old roots, Mina thought. She would grow her own yoga tree roots right into the floor of the forest. There she is. The curtain opened, and the play went on. Grandma chased away the wolf. The woodcutter became a recycled paper salesman, and Red Riding Hood wrote a play about her scary day in the forest. Through it all, Mina took deep breaths and let them out. She was still when she needed to be still. She moved slowly and carefully when she needed to move. Best of all, she knew she could do this again anytime she wanted to. Mina was the happiest tree in the forest. The end. Now they're telling us some more about yoga. I'm going to read this to you. Yoga or Hatha yoga has been practiced in India for many centuries. Today, it is popular all over the world. Yoga is a way of learning to become aware of your body and your mind and how they work together. People who practice yoga learn to breathe deeply. They begin to recognize the way their bodies move and to control and balance their movements. At the same time, they learn to focus on the present moment and calm their minds. Here are the yoga poses Mina learned in the story. She learned the frog, lotus, cat, tree, and cobra. Yoga books for children. There are other ones called Yoga for Kids, Kid Yoga, Fun with a Twist, and Yoga for Children, written by other authors. That was a great story. Did you enjoy it? I hope you practice some yoga and work on your breathing too, and help yourself to quiet inside to help you quiet outside, because sometimes it's hard to do that. I even had a hard time doing that. All right, it's time to sing our goodbye song. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Hasta luego, hasta mañana. Hasta la vista, mis amigos. Adios, mis amigos, adios. We love you. Namaste. Mwah. Ew. Ciao, Bella.